Well, let's cross to correspondent Seema Gupta in Rome. Seema, what's the latest?
Well, we do know that the numbers are slowly coming in. They're slowly putting together all the figures, both in the lower house and in the Senate, the upper house of Parliament. But what's very clear is that this coalition of Fratelli d'Italia, the Brothers of Italy, led by Giorgia Meloni, together with the League Party and the other right-wing party, Forza Italia, former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi, they really have the numbers in both houses of Parliament. They have some 44% in total, and with Mr. Salvini getting just 9%, it's a significant drop from his vote tally back in 2018. But as far as Giorgia Meloni is concerned, it's from 4% in 2018 to 26% this time round. So it's a huge jump for her, and clearly they're expecting to go forward and form that government. She's really come up tops here. So we are going to probably see the first female prime minister and the first prime minister from the hard right since when it was Benito Mussolini. So very significant changes for Italy. People here waking up to this news, but it's interesting to note that the voter turnout, we saw a significant drop of 9% compared to the last time, which was already a drop in a country that traditionally was a country that went to the polls and voted. This time round, clearly a sign of disillusionment, perhaps with politics as usual, seeing so many coalitions, even in the last 3 years. Many people just decided not to vote altogether.
And from what you're saying, Giorgia Meloni's fortune is Matteo Salvini's misfortune, the former interior minister who in the past had been tipped as the standard bearer of the far right. He's under pressure from within his own ranks. Let's listen to him earlier.
Today we are commenting on a figure I'm not satisfied with. 9% is not what I worked for. But with 9%, we are in a center-right government in which we will be protagonists.
Is he soon going to be out of a job as leader of the League Party, Seema?
Well, that's what some have suggested. I mean, the fact that the party did not perform as well, but he is a strong figure within the party. We'll have to see what they decide amongst themselves. There was talk that he would want to be the interior minister in the next cabinet when a government is formed. But with a showing like this one, perhaps he will not get such a role. Clearly wanting to say that he's dissatisfied, but we will continue for the next 5 years and bring stability. We'll have to see how this coalition is even going to work. Will Mr. Salvini be able to work alongside Meloni, considering their fortunes have swapped in this way? And of course, on a variety of issues, there are clear differences. On the key issue of Ukraine, Ms. Meloni, for her part, making it very clear she's pro-NATO, she's for supplying weapons to the Ukrainians. Mr. Salvini already suggesting that sanctions are not working for Italians. Will Ms. Meloni adopt that option? We'll have to see how that plays out. And then we have Mr. Berlusconi, who just last week said that Putin was pushed to invade Ukraine, and suggesting that perhaps all he wanted to do was swap Mr. Zelensky for what Mr. Berlusconi called decent people. So really, there are divisions within this coalition. Some are saying the stability of this coalition is into question. How long will this government last? But for now, they're very much playing out the unity card, wanting to go forth and govern.
And there's one clear leader. We saw Giorgia Meloni take votes from Matteo Salvini's League Party in the north, take votes from the Five Star Movement in the south, even take votes, or take seats rather, from the center-left where you are in Rome, the center-left, whose leader, Enrico Letta, is the first casualty of this election. Let's take a listen.
In the coming weeks, I will assure the leadership of the Democratic Party in a spirit of service in view of this Congress, a Congress where I will not run again as candidate.
The left could have done better when you look at the numbers if they had been united under Italy's new electoral system.
Exactly. I mean, essentially, the fact that the left was fractured played to the advantage of the right that formed this campaign alliance and went forth simply because of the electoral system. They initially did seem to create some kind of bond with other centrist left-leaning parties, but in the end, that grouping just basically died after 5 days. And so essentially, they didn't have the numbers. They just don't have the numbers to work together within this electoral system. Mr. Letta calling Ms. Meloni and acknowledging her victory, but also when he spoke to the media describing this as a sad day for Italy and a sad day for Europe. He had argued during the elections that if the Italians give this government to the right, they're doing a favor to Putin. It looks like that argument didn't quite play itself out, and the Italians wanted perhaps the right, or perhaps simply a fresh new figure, somebody new, somebody untested, somebody who was in the opposition during the national unity government and so got the support for those perhaps frustrated with the current government. And so based on that, she managed to see her popularity rise in a significant way. In a way, there's similarities to back to 2018 when we saw the rise of the five-star movement. Again, at that time, untested. This time round, it's Giorgia Meloni and her Brothers of Italy party.
Seema Gupta reporting live from Rome. Many thanks for that update.